D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So I just finished the latest episode of Star Trek Picard. And it's very obvious that these writers, they don't like Star Trek and they don't know any, like, this is not a Star Trek show. This is just, and it is in name only. I mean, I feel like they're only doing this for the IP. They're only doing this to use Picard and Seven of Nine and to say it's Star Trek. But other than that, it's not a Star Trek show. Like, this is so ridiculous. There's one part at the end where I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. This and the last episode is next week, and it's going to be nothing. It's going to be a big nothing because this whole season has been a big nothing. I mean, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's not as bad as season 1, but like that was hard. But it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Like I'm trying so hard not to hate new Star Trek, modern Star Trek, but they're just not helping out with that situation. They're just making it easy for me to absolutely hate this nonsense. Like it's complete and utter nonsense. Like complete and utter nonsense. I just And Paramount Plus is not going to release the numbers of people watching this crap because no one's watching. No one's watching it except for me. Except I don't watch it on Paramount Plus. I do it on Amazon. But it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And I just want to say that if you do like it, listen, I'm happy for you. I don't understand. I literally do not understand. Like, I don't get it. I don't get how you can like it. I mean, maybe you weren't an original Star Trek fan and everything. And if you were an original Star Trek fan, I just don't get how you can like this. It's bad writing. Even if it was like, even if you took out all the identity politics, it's still bad. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm really annoyed right now. I'm sorry. I need to calm down. I'm just really annoyed. It's so stupid. It's just so stupid. I don't understand. All right, I'm gonna stop venting right now, and I'm going to break this sucker down. But before I do that, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. So now that I got that out of the way, sorry, I'm putting some chapstick on my lips. Okay, so it starts off on the ship because if you remember last episode, Rios, he teleported that doctor lady and her son onto the ship where he got so sick from this tummy ache after like 3 bites of cake. What a pussy. Anyways, so they're trying to get the system, the computers back online and stuff, and they can't do it and everything because the Borg queen, like, she worked her magic or whatnot. But or trying to get the transporters back online. Sorry, she didn't take over the whole system, but they can't do it. So they're walking out, and then in zaps these special forces that have been Borgified, kinda, and this is just an easy way to kill a bunch of white men. That's what it is. It's what it is. Man, I'll show you. So Rios runs, because and everything. And they go after him. Then Girardi in her I Want to Be Harley Quinn dress comes in. And she's got her little henchman with her, and she's all like, all right, let's do this kind of thing. So she goes and she finds the body of the old Borg queen. And she's like, we've looked better. And I'm like, have you though? Like, and so then she, Borgifies her costume to look like the Borg queen, which I'm all like, whatever. And then Picard and friends, they zap to the chateau, but not using the transporter. They use that Watcher's transporter, which is like a Houdini smoke machine. And they're there, and she's like, I brought weapons, and she gives Seven like a little pistol phaser. She gets the big phaser and everything. She's like, that's it. And she's like, you're lucky I could even grab this. I had enough time to grab this. And I'm all like, Yeah, what? I mean, like, where did you go that it took so much time to? I mean, did you zap there with your fog monster and then zap back to them and everything? Like, it doesn't seem like it would be that hard to transport somewhere, grab 4 guns, and then transport back. You make it sound like it takes you like months. It's so stupid. It's so that all of them have weapons because that costs money because then they do the special effects with the phasers, you guys. That's why, because they use all their budget on their bad writers. So Rios, he gets here. How does he get here? I can't remember. He's like, we've got big problems. Dun dun dun. And then all these guys they teleport into the chateau winery area or whatnot. Sorry. And so then the Borg, so then they're sitting there. The Borg queen is up on the ship and she's trying to get into the computer, but she can't because she's being stopped by Girardi inside her head. Dun dun dun. And she's all like, you won't be able to get in there. She's like, I know why you're doing this. You're not doing this because you want to start the Borg and start a collective. You're doing this because you're lonely. I'm so lonely, so lonely. It's so stupid. That's what it is. Oh my goodness. You just wanted friends. That's why it was never enough for you. You wanted more. You wanted more friends. And I don't know what they're trying to say here, like with this, like what allegory this is, but it's so stupid. So anyways, so she tries to get in, but she stops her and everything. And then she can't get in because she's locked her out and she's set a code. She's like, I didn't memorize. She's like, I'll get it. I'll get it from your brain. She's like, I didn't memorize it, but I put it in this hologram of Eleanor. There's Eleanor. That's how you bring Eleanor back, by making him a hologram. They'll bring him back by next episode. He wouldn't have died because, there can't be loss and everything of the main characters because that would just be bad. You guys, this is so stupid. So then she's all like, it's in his, she's like, let's play hide and let's play tag, run. And he's like, okay. So he runs and he, takes out the white dudes. And then these two, they're sitting there and they're firing weapons. And while they're doing this, Picard is having a little flashback memory of all the good times. And he's got his mom and he's all like, the husband's all like, how are you doing? You haven't had an episode in a while. You're doing pretty good. And she's like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good, I guess, and everything. And then, excuse me. And then, this is what Star Trek now does. It's like, it's all about the trauma and feelings and getting over hurt feelings and our trauma and everything. And I'm all like, listen, I get it. But at the same time, I go, you're doing this with every show, every season. And Daddy's had enough. Daddy has had enough. So anyway, so they're fighting, with special ops. And then these two, they're all like, get them out of here. And then Rios is all like, she's like, I'm going to teleport you back to my apartment. He's like, yeah, and then teleport me right back. And then he's all like, shut it down, Watcher. Don't let them come back. And then he teleports back and he's like, I can't get back. They shut me out and everything. And so then he's going to, break into the system. So then these two are sitting here and I can't remember what they say here. It doesn't even matter. They're like, we need to, and then Sung comes out and everything. He's all like, hey, Picard, listen. And he's all like, listen. He's all like, just give up because we're gonna get ya and everything. And so, before this though, hold on, I want to talk about the ladies. They're all like, Seven's all like, hold on. She's like, we need to set up booby traps. And he's like, how much time do we have? And they're like, nah, we don't have any time. And I'm like, oh, we ain't setting up any booby traps. I bet that would have been fun. I can't remember what Song says here, but he's just all basically like, if you don't come out now, we're just going to come in and get you. And we're just going to kill all of you. So these two, so then they're like, we're going to split up. So they split up. And then these two are going through the house. And of course they get attacked by a big white man. And they got him on the ground and Rafi's got a knife and she's like, pushing it down and everything, but she can't do it because she's, not as strong as a man. So Seven comes in and she gives her, helps her out, gives her the little alley-oop and everything. And they stab him in the face or something, in the neck, or I can't remember exactly. Doesn't even matter. They kill him. Dead man. So then these two, They are literally talking about his trauma and his past experiences like it freaking matters right now. Like it matters right now. Every time it happened in Discovery this past season, and it's happening now. It's like whenever there's like a high tension moment, like there's guns a-blazing, there's ships a-blowing up, there's about to be the destruction of whatever. One character, maybe two, they have to come out of the woodwork and be all like, I want to talk about my trauma. And you're all like, guess what? Save that for therapy. I don't care. We've got guns shooting at our foreheads. Okay. There's lasers pointing at us from every direction. And you want to talk about how, you were smacked as a child. And I just literally don't care. But he's all like, my mother, and he's like, can I play a game with you, Mom? And she's like, sure, let's go down to the basement. She turns this thing. Secret passageways are very cool, by the way. When I was buying this house, before that, we found like there was like two houses we looked at. One had like a small passageway, but one had like two passageways, and they were freaking cool. They were too highly priced though. Anyways, so they're cool. One of them was a bookshelf. Like you open it and then it led you to another part of the house, like a hallway. It was so cool. Anyway, all right. Anyways. And she's all like, yeah, we'll play a game down there in the dark, because the light, you'll be able to use all your senses. I'm trying to kill you, kiddo. So anyway, so then they're in the chateau and he's having this memory. And then Laris is all like, I remember this. Yeah, because she saw it in his head, dummy. He's like, this was where my father found me that one time, and he said there's 1,000 ways to die down here and everything. And I'm like, okay, there's 1,000 ways to die up here. What? So then these little idiots, she's all like, we got a toothpick, a thumbnail, a drive, and one laser gun. How are we gonna beat these guys and everything? Anyway, so they're back on the ship. Eleanor's running, and he finds a sword, by the way. Oh, that sword, you guys, so good. At this apartment, she's all like, she picks up a pad, and she's like, a whole medical docket on a little pad, on an iPad and everything. And which, I mean, why wouldn't they have iPads here? It's 2024. Like right now it's 2022 and we have iPads. Like she makes it sound like it's so hard for all this stuff. I mean, come on. Anyway, so he's all like, I can't remember what they say here, but I think they kiss and then he teleports back over there. So then Sung, he's going through and everything, and he finds the secret passageway, which I don't know how he did that. Like he just walked up to him and was all like, hey, I found it. Sorry. And then so they're in the basement and he's remembering his mother in here and how his father found him hours after he got stuck. And he has the key. And as he's sitting there talking, Sung walks in. So then he kills this dude with a sword. He kills everybody with a sword. And then they find him and they're all like, can't run now. And he's like, I can't remember what he says. He's like, who says I'm running? I'm like, I say you're running. It's what you've been doing this whole time. Duh, dummy. But he jumps off the little balcony and he's like running, and gets into this little room. And then Girardi and Seven come in because they were able, oh, that's what they did. They just charged and then they thumped a guy and everything. And that's how they got through the vineyard to get to the ship. Picard went down to the tunnels because he was going to go through a tunnel because of World War II and all this stuff. I can't remember, who cares. And they were going to come out on the other end to get behind the ship. And I'm all like, great, perfect, excellent. You are old. So, because I would have remembered that right away. So she's all like, Eleanor? He's like, I'm not Eleanor. I'm a hologram of Eleanor. I have all his memories. Girardi sent me to run because I hold the key to the Borg Queen getting hold of the ship. And she's like, so Girardi's still in there. And I'm like, so then she's all like, give me access. And she's like, if he gives you access, the Borg Queen could get access. And she's like, I got a plan. Her plan fails. So then she's all talking to Eleanor because she's, has trauma. And then, so then they're having this still little memory sesh. So then these guys come in and they are able to unlock the teleporter. And they teleport these dudes out. And I just want to say, these people are all innocent. And if anybody understands, Seven should understand that these people are innocent. But instead of teleporting them and trying to figure out how to get the nanites out of their body, because they aren't fully Borg. They just, they just got, a little touchy touch and everything. But whatever. And so she teleports them into the wall. Now they turned into stone right here. And I'm all like, wouldn't they just be half in the rock, but they'd still be human? And I'm like, you know what? This show's already dumb, so it doesn't even matter. So then they're all like, good job. So then the queen comes out and she can't be teleported away because she's got a teleporter blocker thingy. But she's got her little pickaxe. And guess what happens? Sword fight with the hologram Eleanor. And she gets defeated or whatnot. And they're like, we got you dead to rights. And she's like, do you? And she knocks all of them down, but she stabs Seven here with her little tentacles. She ends up and she's all like, resistance is futile or some crap like that. And then she goes, she says, you know what you humans always grab a hold of and hold on to forever is hope. And she's like, there's no hope for you here or whatever. So then Sung comes in and he basically says, we are going to be beloved throughout the galaxy. Or throughout the universe. And he's like, no, we are feared throughout the galaxy. And he's like, to men like us, what's the difference? And like, of course they would say this nonsense. So she goes to stab her, but Girardi won't let her. And then she starts crying. And then Girardi pops up. She's all like, you didn't, the endorphins that you needed. It wasn't, it wasn't as good as the emotions or some crap like that. She talks about other like, stuff that goes on in your brain or crap like that. And I'm all like, oh, who cares? Like at this point, I was like literally on my phone, just like, what? I'll just pop in every now and then because I don't care. This is so dumb. It's so dumb. So she's all like, she's like, listen, this is what we could do. Save her life. You can have the ship if you save her life. And then we are going to, hold on. This is the part. Oh, hold on. This is the part where he's all like, we will with fear and everything. So she shows her all the Borgs. She's like, this is the end of the Borg. Because beforehand, she was all like, if you do this and it just shows you that you're just going to get destroyed because the Terran Empire, but it's not the Terran Empire. It's the Confederation. They're just going to destroy you. And she's all like, no, I know what they're going to do now. So we'll have a better chance. And she's like, listen, why don't you, instead of being a Borg and going and colonizing everybody and conquering them, why don't you only take in those who have specific things that will make you better, and the things that make people different? I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, get some people with ADHD. You'll get a bunch done. And I mean real ADHD, not that fake ADHD that everybody thinks they have, where they're just like, it takes me like 2 weeks to do a project when it should take me like a day. And I'm like, that's not ADHD. That's just you being lazy. I'm like, listen, talk to somebody that's got ADHD. They literally cannot carry on a conversation. I know. I've been in conversations with them and you're just like, we were talking about railroad systems. Why are we talking all of a sudden talking about a fishbowl? And you're just like, what's going on here? So anyways, so she's like, yeah, she's basically like, you'll take in everybody. I don't know. It's probably got some allegory thing going on. I don't know what it is. I don't care. So she agrees. And he's like, whatever. He fixes it and teleports out. Yeah, there he goes. He teleports out and they're going to kill him, but he comes in, he saves the day. There's the key, skeleton key. And takes these two down by killing them. Of course, kill the white men. You got to. And then scary white man here. We're so scary. He gets a hold of the gun that he brought. And he's all like, I didn't get a good thing of it, but he's all like, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, no, because it's DNA encoded. And if the wrong person holds on to it for long enough, it goes boom. And he throws it up in the air. It explodes and he gets away. Excuse me. Oh, when she fixed her, she had to give her back the Borg implants, which, I mean, it's fine that she still looks like Seven from before with the Borg implants, which that's a cheap prosthetic right there. You can tell it's very cheap. But they needed it because they had to pay all those wonderful writers their expensive paychecks for this crap. Anyways, like they literally could have taken a dump in a bucket, and that's what they paid them for. Anyways, with this season, with this show. Anyways, so then he finds the skeleton key, and he still goes back onto his trauma and what he did. So what he did basically was, he found his mom. She had hung herself in this little room, this really nice room. And what happened, and they do it backwards. I hate when they do this stuff, but they do it backwards. So basically she hung herself. But when he opened up the door, hold on. He got the key from this little hidey hole right here. And then he went, unlocked the door, went and laid down in bed with her. Then she got up after he was asleep, and she went into this atrium thingy and hung herself. And then the next day he found her. Horrible. If you need help, get it. I'll say that, as someone that has had people take their lives in my life, it is very, very traumatic. But I can tell you right now, when my life is on the line, I'm not going to all of a sudden stop what I'm doing to tell you about it. Anyways. So, and she's all like, I don't remember what Laura says here. It's probably something like, you can't blame yourself, Picard. You're a good man. He's like, I'm not a good man. I'm white. No, I mean, you are white, but you're still a good man. I'm Romulan now, and I love you. What I just wrote there is probably what they were spitballing in the writer's room. Anyways, so he gets mad, throws a rock at the window, and shatters it in this little room. And she's all like, you're brave, Picard, for speaking truth to power and trigger words. Gaslighting. I'm just going to gaslight. Anyways, so then these guys are all like, at one point in time, she's all like, you should have been a captain. She's like, tried to. Starfleet wouldn't let me because I'm bored, because I'm a little different. And I'm like, what? You guys, it's so annoying. Anyways, she's like, and then this part, she was all like, she's like, Janeway even said she would resign and everything, but they were like, you resign like Picard did, and it won't do any good or whatnot. So then she's like, for all it's worth, you would have been a great captain. And then they're talking, they're like, you get the ship, deal's a deal. And I'm all like, I mean, whatever. And they're like, go make your Borg and everything. And I'm all like, you have got to be kidding me. Now we can't even like get good Borg storyline. Oh, so stupid. And then takes the ship, and she zaps them onto the ground, takes the ship. They see it going. And and he's all like, Seven, you again. And she's like, well, I was more seven than I was Nita, or whatever her name was, Antica and Antiquities, whatever. And then they're all like, Song is in the wind, the Borg Queen is gone, but Song can still do some damage. Oh, and the Borg Queen said something like, you need Renee needs to be alive, but we also need a dead Renee. And I'm all like, what are you talking? He's like, timelines, we don't have time for different timelines. We have to stop Song now. And you're all like, oh my God, I can't. Ooh, this only has 2 minutes left. Please hurry, Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel. And then, I don't know, Laura says something here. I don't know, like, I'm Romulan. How are you? And you're like, I don't care. And he's all like, they took my ship. And they're like, it wasn't your ship, fucker. And they're all bummed. And then the ship goes up and then blasts off into space. And that's the end of the episode. As I said before, this is stupid. The whole episode was dumb. The season, I'm going to admit, and I've said this before, I was a little harsh on the first episode. If you watch my breakdown and review, I admit that now. And it started off pretty strong. Okay. Second episode was pretty decent. Third episode was like, I see it going in a weird direction. Fourth episode, I'm like, yeah, they went in the wrong direction. And then the rest just sucks. It's just bad. It's so bad. And you know what really, really gets me is every time I just go, you know what? This season, like season 3, I'm going to watch it and I'm going to go into it being all like, maybe they'll fix their issues of, dumbness, and they'll write a good season. I'm pretty sure I'll be let down hugely because, I cannot handle this show. I can't handle Star Trek right now. It's just not good. And again, if you do like it, I'm happy for you because I want to be you. I want to like it. I want to like Star Trek and new Star Trek. And they literally have just ruined it for me. I can't tell you how bummed I am about this. Like I don't understand why they think people want this. This is not Star Trek that Star Trek fans wanted. It's the people that they brought in after this that they wanted to bring in. But those people, A, don't pay for it, and B, they're not like me where they go to Amazon and pay for it. They just download it off the internet illegally. That's what they do. And then they get on Twitter and they're all like, this is great. I love new Star Trek. And you're like, I don't see how. And if you do like it, please tell me down below. I really would like to know. I'm not judging. If you like it, good. You deserve to like what you like. I'm just saying I don't like it. And I'm just rambling on now because I'm venting because I'm upset about it. But anyways, listen. Tell me what you guys think about this episode. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week on the season finale of Picard. You guys have a good week. Bye.